It's really interesting because I've had to use my wheelchair for the past 3 days, and I'm probably going to be in it for another 3 or 4 because the walking socket is damaged my skin, and so I can't wear it. And what I've discovered since having to do this is that I actually haven't elected to sit in a wheelchair for any length of time since they gave it to me, and I haven't taken photos of myself in it, and I don't identify well as being a wheelchair user when it's out of my control. So I feel really self-conscious in public. I feel like no one's paying attention, like they're talking over the top of me, assuming that I am more disabled than I am, all those sorts of things. I went to the pool in the wheelchair for the first time. I rocked up at the desk, asked for a wheelchair disabled key, and she asked me, did I want to go in and spectate? No, I want to go in and swim. Yeah, things like that, you know. People falling over themselves to help you, when actually, do you know what? I am disabled. I'm not completely thick, you know. So can I help you fill that in? Are you all right with that clipboard? Oh, do you want me to pick the pen up for you? No, I'm not stupid. My arms work, you know, that sort of thing. But it's really hard because I don't use this very often. So I maybe need to do some more of my self-identity posts with me using the wheelchair so that I could get used to this identity as well as my other identities. But yeah, it came as quite a surprise because I'm perfectly all right with prosthetic leg. But I think that's because I've spent a lot of years taking selfies on a prosthetic leg, and all my daily selfies are all with prosthetic leg, and none of them have included the wheelchair. So I've started including the wheelchair as well now to get used to me, what I look like in a wheelchair without another leg. It also makes everything more challenging. So I got a cantilever sun umbrella at the weekend, and I can't get it from the box to the garden anymore because it's too heavy and too big. Everything takes slightly longer. I almost didn't go grocery shopping at all on Sunday because of the pain in the ass that is the wheelchair. My house isn't adapted, so when I go out in the wheelchair, I've still got carpet, and the dirt from outside on the driveway comes into the house. And I had to sort of like have a word with myself and say, like, you know, you've still got to keep living even if you don't have a leg. So I went grocery shopping, and when I got there was no trolley. So I asked where the trolley was, and the woman said, I don't know. And she took a staff member straight off a till and had her walk around with me pushing my trolley. So that was quite nice. I was quite bowled over with the helpfulness there. Thank you, Countdown My Kiwi. But yes, it just makes everything in life a little bit more challenging when it doesn't need to be. I prefer the wheelchair to the crutches because when I use crutches, I've got no arms spare to carry anything. So I've had to go back to a wheelchair in the house and crashing into the doorways because they're not widened, holding a thin Shillate mug between my knees and all those sorts of things. Oh, yeah. And I feel more tired, and I feel less capable of what I used to be able to do when I was standing up on 2 feet. The difference is actually quite stark, really, and it's all these things that people don't realise that you have to deal with when you're disabled, and the constant change of things, because I wanted to go for a long bike ride and I wasn't sure whether I should because of the damage to my leg, so I had to go for a swim instead. I'm not a very flexible person, but I've had to learn how to be flexible. So I'm out for a stroll in the park before I go back home and start work this afternoon. I can't walk, so I will roll.